Oh. Hello, it is me again. But you're getting sick of my face. I'm going to take you through another class, and we're going to be doing Ashtanga this evening, or an Ashtanga-inspired Flow, I've called it, which allows me to break out of the mold of Ashtanga, use the postures from from the primary and second series, but also just means I can explore a little bit and make it a little bit more fun. As always, if you're new to Ashtanga or new to yoga as well, or if you're not, just a reminder to be gentle with your body. Remember the first rule of yoga, ahimsa, kindness, non-violence. So we don't want to cause ourselves any injuries. And we want to try to find, I always say this, but sweet spot between effort and relaxation. So always making an effort, always trying your best on any given day, what you feel your best is for that day, but not pushing too hard. So just trying to find that meditation space. And we shall get to it. Let's come to a comfortable seated cross-legged position. As always, if you want to sit on a block or a cushion or a towel or somebody's knee. I'm joking. 15 nice and tall, and we'll bring our hands into Chin Mudra. Tips of the forefinger and thumb touching. Rest them on the knees. Let's close the eyes. And letting go of anything that's happened in your day, in your week. I hear you, Sally. And just letting go of all of that stuff. And just allowing yourself now to be present on your mat. You dancing with your breath for the next hour. And taking your focus away from that external world, away from anything that's happening out there. And just drawing your focus inside. And so just allowing the forehead to soften, behind the eyes to soften. Can you soften the ears, the cheeks? Can you soften the jaw, the shoulders? Can you allow the arms to be heavy on the legs? And just take a moment to acknowledge how you feel. Whether that's a positive state or a negative state this evening. And just knowing that it's a moment. Negative moments pass, positive moments pass. If you're having a good day, just knowing there will be a bad day that will come. And if you're having a bad day, just knowing that it's temporary and a good day will come as well. And let's start to deepen the breath. And really starting to use the full capacity of our lungs as we go into the class. And as you start to increase the length in the breath and the depths of the breath, Notice how the state changes within us. It might be subtle, it might be a quite intense change in state. And let's bring our hands into Anjali Mudra at our heart center. And beginning with our opening mantra, join in if you wish. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Sandara Shita Swatma Sukhavabode Nishreyase Jangalika Yamane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantiye Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakra Sitarinam Sahasara Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Bring the hands back into Chimudra. Begin to activate your Ujjayi breath. Making the sound of the sea start to activate your bandhas, creating that hollowing in the lower abdomen. Gently open the eyes, take the hands forward, shift the weight into the hands, swing the legs around. If you can't come over the knees, to find our plank position. Strong in your plank, tailbone tucked under, nice and wide through the collarbones. Take an inhale and exhale, lower down. Chaturanga Dandasana. As always, your option to drop to the knees first if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Open through the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hold that downward dog. And as always, pedaling through the legs. Just exploring in this downward facing dog. Notice your areas of tension. And looking between the hands, inhale as we walk the feet to the hands. Feet together, extend through your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, head comes in, the weight tips forward slightly. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. And exhale, Samasthiti. Sri Namaskar. Ekam. Inhale, ground through the feet. Find opening through the chest, palms touch, gaze, thumbs. And exhale, fold forward from your hips, flexion in the spine as you fold, hands to the mat. Pull the head in. Inhale, extend the spine again, look up, lean forward into the hands. And exhale, jump or step the feet back. Find high plank and lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in here 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale, wrapping your triceps under. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Driving hands into the mat. Press from the shoulders. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Navel is in. Pelvic floor is on. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Look between the hands. Inhale. Jumping or stepping the feet forward. Extend through spine. Exhale. Forward fold. Head comes in. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale to come up. Palms touching. Gaze into your thumbs. And exhale. Samasthiti. And again. Ekam. Inhale. Find length through the spine. And exhale, folding forward from the hips, hands to the mat, pull the head in. Inhale, extend through the spine again, look up, lean forward into the hands, and exhale, jump or step the feet back, find your high plank, and lower down with control. Inhale into your upward facing dog. Just check that the heels aren't coming out to the side, that they're back in line with the toes. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. As always, bend the knees if you need to. Exhale. Remember, if you're tight in the leg, it's better to have the knees bent and the upper back rounding. Exhaling for 3. Inhale. Exhaling for 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And look in between the hands. Inhale, jump or step the feet forward. Extend through the spine, look up. And exhale, forward fold, head in. Inhale to come up. Palms touch, gaze, thumbs. And exhale, Samasthiti. And again, Ekam. Inhale. Exhale, fold in. Try not to count. Such a habit to count. Inhale, find length through the spine. And exhale, jump or step the feet back. High plank, lowering down with control. Drop knees first if you need to. Chaturanga. Inhale your upward facing dog. Roll the arms in, shoulder blades down the back, look up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Holding your downward dog. 5 breaths. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Something different. We're going to walk the hands towards the feet to take our Padangusthasana. Catch hold of the big toes. Bend knees as much as you need to. Inhale to find length, look up. And exhale, coming into that forward fold. And as always, in our Padangusthasana, we're tipping the weight forward. So we don't want the hips back over here. We want them over the heels. For 2. And again, we're drawing the armpits towards the hips. 3. Pull on the toes. My back never ceases to crack when I come into this posture. Such a lovely release to my upper back. For 4. It depends where you feel your tension. Maybe your back cracks, maybe it doesn't. 5. Inhale, lift the gaze, straight arms. Exhale, hands to the mat. Let's walk the hands forward. Find that downward facing dog. Inhale now, walk feet or jump feet to hands, extend through spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, head comes in. Inhale, going all the way up to standing. Palms touching, gazing up to the thumbs. And exhale, Samasthiti. Let's come into B, bend the knees. Inhale your Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extend spine, lift it up. Exhale, jump or step feet back, high plank and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, your upward facing dog. Roll the arms in, looking up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come onto the ball of the left foot, bring the right foot through, drop that back heel. Warrior one, inhale as you come up, palms touch. Exhale, hands back down, step the foot back and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale your upward. Exhale your downward. Come in onto the ball of the right foot. If that helps to bring that left foot through, then drop the heel. Inhale, coming up. We can pivot heel first. It doesn't really matter. Exhale, hands back down. Step the foot back and lower down. Inhale your upward. Exhale, downward. 5 breaths. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Again, let's walk the hands towards the feet. Option to come into Padahastasana, hands underneath the feet, palms facing up, or you're catching those big toes again. Inhale to find length through the spine, look up, and exhale to fold. 1. And just think about lifting your center of gravity, lifting those sit bones nice and high. 2. Armpits pull back towards the hips. 3. And weight is tipping forward. 4. And working through the back of the legs. 5. Inhale, straight on, straight back, look up. Exhale, hands back to the mat, walking the hands back to the top of the mat. And then inhale, walking or jumping feet to the hands, feet together, extend through spine. Then exhale, forward fold, head comes in. Bend your knees. Inhale into your Utkatasana. Exhale. And again, bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extend through the spine, look up. Exhale, jump or step the feet back. Find your high plank and lower down with control. Inhale your upward dog. Open through the front of the body, looking up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bringing the right foot forward. Right side warrior, inhale. In fact, let's hold our warrior. So take our 5 breaths in our warrior here. So we're going to spiral those left ribs to the top of the mat. The palms are touching. And dropping the head back, gazing up to your thumbs. For 2. 3. 4. 5. Let's open the arms up. Let's find our warrior 2. Gaze over to the right hand for 1. Open that left foot a little bit more if you need to here. 2. Maybe work a little bit lowering those hips. 3. Healing the chest open. 4. 5. Wimble the hands. Step in the right foot back, find your high plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale your upward facing dog. Exhale your downward facing dog. Left side, left foot comes forward. Going into that warrior one. And again, nice and strong through your foundations. Just go to your feet. Make sure the feet are connected to the mat here. Those right ribs pressing forward, reaching high. Good, 2. Find length through the spine for 3. 4. 5. Warrior 2. Open up. Move that back foot if you wish. As parallel short side of the mat. For 2. Soft shoulders. 3. 4. And 5. Exhale, windmill and hands down to the mat. Inhale, step the left foot back to meet the right, high plank. And exhale to lower down. Inhale your upward dog. Exhale your downward facing dog. Holding 5 breaths. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Look into the hands. Inhale as you jump or step the feet forward. Feet together, extend through spine. Exhale, forward fold. Head comes in. Bend in your knees. Inhale, we'll find that Utkatasana. And exhale, Samasthiti. Let's go again. Bend knees. Inhale. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, extend through the spine. Exhale, jump or step the feet back, high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale your upward. And exhale your downward. Let's pivot that left foot and drive that right foot through. Let's find our Trikonasana. So right foot parallel long side of the mat, left foot parallel short side of the mat. Option to take your toe. Option to take a variation, you could just take the shin. As we open that up, think of yourself like an archer, pulling back on your bow, and gaze to the tip of that left hand. For 2, feel that stretch through the lower back. For 3, 4, 5. Let's release. Let's bend into that right knee. We'll bring that right hand behind the knee, on the outside of that right foot. Come on, get your words out. Left arm will come underneath and overhead. Let's come into that extended side angle posture. External rotation in that left shoulder. 1. Driving those hips low, but making sure we've still got strength in these legs. For 2, 3, spiral the chest open, keep working, keep opening. For 4, and 5. Looking down, let's plant the hands. Right foot moves back to meet the left, find your high plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale your upward facing dog. Exhale your downward facing dog. Left side. Let's bring that left foot forward. Pivot that right heel to the mat. Finding that Trikonasana. Straighten that left leg. Catch the big toe. And open up. Again, you don't have to have the big toe. We can be here. We can be left hand on a block. We can be upright. Just working from here. For 1, 2, Again, just finding that length through your spine, space through the body for 3, 4, 5. Exhale, looking down. Let's bend into that left knee. We'll bring the left hand outside of the left foot. I should have said on the other side. If it isn't in your practice to take full posture, then take variation. All is good. Right arm underneath and overhead. And work on peeling that body open. 1, 2. Lifting the inner arch of the back foot. 3. But keep the strength in that back leg. For 4, keep the strength in the right hip. Don't let it collapse. 5, exhale, looking down. Let's plant the hands. Inhale, left foot back to meet the right, find high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, your upward facing dog. Exhale, your downward facing dog. Let's hold our downward dog, 5 breaths. Exhaling, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Look between the hands. Inhale, jump or step the feet forward. Extend through spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Head comes in. Bend your knees. Inhale, your Utkatasana. And exhale. Samasthiti. Let's come into wide-legged forward fold. Let's step back. And with that right foot, hands, hips, toes in, heels out slightly, outsides of the foot parallel with the short sides of the mat. Inhale, find that length open through the chest, lift the gaze slightly. And exhale, folding forward from your hips, hands to your mat, shoulder distance apart. Inhale, find length. And exhale, start to bend the elbows and bring the crown of the head down. And we'll hold for 1. Feel the work across the chest, across the shoulders. 2. Lifting the inner arches of the feet. 3. Strong in the legs, but try not to lock out the knees. Keep the backs of the knees soft. 4. 5. Inhale, straight arms, straight back, look up. Exhale, flex your spine, look to your navel, hands, hips. Inhale to roll up to standing. And exhale. Inhale, arms to a T, coming into our shoulder stretch. Exhale, medial rotation in those shoulders as you interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale, shoulder blades come together, hands move away from the back. And exhale, folding forward from the hips. Crown of the head comes down. And arms start to move overhead towards the floor. And breathe. 1. Keep drawing the shoulder blades together. 2. Allow gravity to do the work for 3. Don't forget about the legs. 4. 5. Look to navel at the tail of the exhale. Little bend to the knees. Flexion through the spine. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale. Hands come back to the hips. Let's heel toe those feet a little bit closer together. Let's pivot and face the back of the mat. So coming into Parsvottanasana, taking your hands up into reverse prayer if it's available. If you can't get the hands into reverse prayer, no worries, you're just going to take hold of opposite elbows behind the back. Or you can take the wrists, hair in my mouth, take an inhale, find length. And as we exhale, subtle knee bend, flexion in the spine as you fold forward into this posture. So the head comes towards the shin, and then work on straightening through that right leg, straightening through the spine. And we'll stay 1, 2, and tipping most of the weight into that front foot. 3, 4, and 5. Little subtle knee bend round through the spine and inhale to come up. And let's pivot on those feet, turn to the left. Let's take another inhale again. Open through the chest, and as we exhale, flex the spine, little subtle knee bend as we start to fold forward. This is just protecting our joints in the knees, protecting our back, and then begin to straighten the leg. Then begin to work the length through the body. And we'll hold for 2. Keep encouraging heels of the hands together if you're in full posture. 3. Keep pulling the left hip back. Work through that left hip. 4. 5. Knee bend, flexion through the spine. Inhale to come up. We'll open the arms up. And exhale. Stepping back to Samasthiti, top of the mat. As we go into our balance. Yeah, let's do our balance. Jumping or stepping those feet hips width apart. If you know you can take the big toe, as always, you're going to work on that controlled lift of the leg. Take the big toe. Otherwise, you're taking variation. And inhale, bend that right knee if you're taking variation. Interlace fingers in front of that shin, or maybe you're taking the big toe from this position. As you exhale, straighten the leg as much as you can. And we'll hold. Breathe, relax. 1. I'll count a little bit more quickly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming upright if you folded over that leg, inhale. And as you exhale, leg opens to the right. Keep hold of the big toe if you have the big toe. 1, 2, pass your drishti to the left. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, leg comes back in. Exhale, head comes towards the knee. When we try. And then releasing the leg, release the foot, hold it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the knee release. Give yourself a wiggle, and we'll do the other side, left side. Inhale. Catch the foot, and if you're going full posture, or take variation if not. 1. And as always, fold forward over that extended leg if it's more than parallel to the mat. For 2, or parallel or more. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, coming upright if you fold it over. Exhale, leg opens left. Gaze is to the right. 1. If it sends you too wobbly, just gaze ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, leg comes back in. Exhale, head comes to knee. Inhale, releasing foot or leg. Hold it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then knee release. Good stuff. Let's come top of our mats. Samasthiti. Little bit of work. And we'll come down onto our bellies. We'll do a Shalabhasana. So feet together. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extend through the spine. Exhale, jump or step the feet back. And lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale your upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving forward, high plank. Take an inhale and exhale down onto your belly for Shalabhasana. Shalabhasana 8 from the second series. Let's put my body away, there we go. So feet together. Remember, the feet are going to want to spread apart, so you're going to try to resist that happening and try to keep those big toes touching. We do rotation in those legs, so you may need to pull the quadriceps in towards each other, the knees coming in towards each other. Your option to take just the upper body, so hands come by the side of the body, backs of the hands on the mat. First option is just to work into the upper body. Second option is to start to lift the knees off the mat. Just think of keeping the legs straight, just trying to lift the knees high. So that will be your focus. When we're ready, 5 breaths. Inhale. 1, 2, working shoulder blades down the back. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release. Hands come beside the chest, tuck toes under. Press up if you can. Inhale. Push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, move forward, high plank. And exhale, lower all the way back down onto your belly for another round of Shalabhasana. You can continue with Shalabhasana A, the one we've just done, or we're going to come into Shalabhasana B. I like these postures, really great for building back strength. They're really tough, really tough. I still feel this really badly in my body. My body doesn't like Shalabhasana. I think I had a weak posterior chain for many years, and I've just only really started to work on it. So it's really good for the back, the entire back side of the body. So for Shalabhasana B, we're going to bring those hands down in line with the belly button. If the heels of the hands don't touch, then just bring them a little bit further forward. And again, we want the medial rotation in those thighs, the big toes touching. And we're going to pull the shoulder blades in towards each other, down the back. Lift up and lift the feet if you can. 1, 2, elbows towards each other. 3, keep bringing those big toes to touch. 4, and 5. Release, hands by the chest. Tuck the toes under, pressing up and pushing back. Downward facing dog. We're coming through to sitting. Practice your jump through if you're practicing your jump through. Otherwise, drop knees, swing legs around, or cross the legs over to come to seated. And let's come into, check the time. Okay, let's come into, let's do a little bit of hips. Okay, right knee bends, heel buttock. Again, try to resist using the hands to begin with. Try to pull the foot in using the leg strength, and then knee falls out to the side. If you are working into your half lotus, please feel free to take your Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana, your half bound lotus posture. Taking your bind, if you're here, catch the big toe. If you're not here, if you're here, no bind. We're just going to reach forward. Inhale, find length. And exhale, fold. And as always, take wherever you can get to without force. Take the shin, you can take the ankle, the foot. If you can take the left wrist for the bind, take the left wrist. And we'll hold. For 2, the drishti is the big toe. Unless you're relatively flat, just rest your head on your shin. For 3, soft shoulders, work the spine. Think of pulling that left hip back. 4, engaging through that right glute to encourage that knee down. 5, inhale, lifting gaze. Exhale, releasing posture. Let's come into Marichyasana here. So staying on the right side, right foot comes to the mat, heel in line with the buttock, get that heel nice and close. Right hand behind the back, but keep the weight in the hips. Resist the temptation to lean into that hand. Left hand on that right knee, left leg stays strong. Inhale, open up, twisting, gazing over the right shoulder. And as always, take whatever variation whichever variation feels good in your body, wherever you are in your practice, maybe here, maybe you're taking your bind. As always, if you can't breathe in your bind, don't go for the bind. Third two. I remember that double rag. So the belly button's coming back towards the top of the mat as you're twisting the upper body for 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, release. Let's take a vinyasa. Crossing your legs, picking up, or take hands forward, shift weight into the hands, jump the feet back, high plank, lower down. Inhale, your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale, jumping or stepping through to a seated position. For the other side. So left foot is coming in. Again, try not to use the hands to bring that foot in first. And the left knee falls out to the side. Or again, you're taking that half bound lotus posture on the left side. Right leg is strong. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Take wherever you can reach. Again, if you're going for that bind, it's the right wrist that you grab. So left hand comes around to take the right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. 1. Again, drishti is the big toe, focus point. 2. Or you're just relaxing. If you're flat enough, just relax, release. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lifting gaze. Exhale, release. Bring that left foot back onto the mat for our twist. Left hand behind the back, right hand on the knee. Inhale, opening. Exhale, twisting. And gazing over left shoulder. Taking your variation in this posture. 1. Drive that right sit bone down. 2. Again, think of working the navel back to the top of the mat. 3. Notice how that subtle movement changes the twist in your body, changes where you work. 4. 5. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, release. Let's take a vinyasa on this side. You can sit, you can rest if you wish. Otherwise, pull the feet in, pick up. And jump the feet back, high plank, lower down. As you exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your upward facing dog. Exhale into your downward facing dog. And inhale, jumping or stepping through to a seated, straight-legged position. And it's time for Navasana. 2 rounds. And then we're going to come into a hollow body hold or a hollow body variation. So low boat, Urdhva Navasana. Navasana into Urdhva Navasana. So, yeah, 2 rounds. If you have blocks, go ahead, grab your blocks. If you can't lift up yet between your Navasana rounds, these can help. So just put them either side of your hippies. And shoulders back, chest open. Find that Navasana for 1. So knees together, feet together. 2. Maybe you're going straight legs. 3. 4. And 5. Cross the legs, hands onto the blocks. Remember, lean forward, shoulders go forward, hips go back and up. Find the compression strength. Inhale to pick it up. Exhale to lower it down. And we'll do another round. Inhale. 1. 2. Find space in the body. 3. Try not to allow the chest to collapse. 4 and 5. We'll do another lift, cross the legs. So really try to pull the feet in, and you're thinking about that compression strength, pulling the thighs into the body, hands onto the blocks, press in, shoulders forward, hips back, inhale, back and up. Exhale, lower it down, move the blocks. Urdhva Navasana. So come to lie down, flexion through your spine. So firstly, we're going to make sure that that lower back is really connecting to our mat. Easiest variation is just to be here, just lifting the feet off, hands forward. Then start to straighten the legs. Make sure that lower back stays connected to the mat. Squeezing the glutes, lower the feet just as much to the point that the back still stays in touching to the mat. Hands can be here or overhead. Taking your low boat and we'll hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Bend the knees, pull everything in. Good, and release. Head to the mat, straighten the legs. Just bring the left hand onto the left thigh and raise the right leg. Taking hold of big toe on the right foot. You can bend the knee to get this toe and just work on straightening out that leg. Or you can interlace fingers. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, engage your abdomen. Pull the shoulders off the mat. Head comes towards that shin. And then lift the gaze slightly, just gaze up to the big toe left foot. The left leg stays strong. Use that left hand to press that leg into the mat. Or hold for 2, 3. Every exhale, see if you can crunch the core a bit more. 4, 5. Inhale, head lowers. Exhale, keep hold of that big toe if you have it as the leg opens to the right. And we drop the gaze over to the left. If you don't have that big toe, 1, you can bend the knee to keep hold of that big toe and work on straightening the leg over time. Otherwise, you're just cradling that right leg with the right hand. And we'll hold for 2. As always, just be mindful those hips don't tip. For 3, 4. Again, you're using that left hand to pin the left side of the pelvis down. 4, preventing that tipping. 5. Inhale, leg comes back to center. Exhale, head comes towards the knee. When we try, inhale, head comes back down. Exhale, release the foot, lower the leg with control. Left side, inhale, raise the left leg, catch your big toe. Right hand on the right thigh. And as you exhale, engage abdomen, pick the body up, and head comes towards that left leg. That right leg is straight and strong, the toes are pointed. For 1. Breathe in, relax in. 2, 3. We're going to keep crunching the core. 4, 5. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, slowly, slowly. Leg opens to the left. And gaze drops over the right shoulder. And again, maybe you're cradling that leg. 1. We'll just check the hips aren't tipping. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, leg comes back to center. Exhale, head comes towards the knee, knee to nose touch, or we try. Inhale, head and shoulders. Exhale, leg. Good, let's stay on our backs. Let's bend the knees. Bring heels to the buttocks. For a round, let's do 2 rounds of bridge or back bend. So just check those heels are hips width apart and underneath the knees. And the feet are parallel. Hands by the hips, by the heels for your bridge, or by the ears for full back bend. And maybe you're just coming onto the crown of the head today. When you're ready, inhale, drive the feet down, lift the hips high. 1, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. 2, if you're in full back bend, really work into the upper back. Think of straightening through the legs. 3, 4, 5, exhale, lower it down to the crown of the head. If you're in full back bend for our final round, inhale, lift the hips. 1, 2, and drive the feet down. 3, 4, 5, exhale, lowering down. Stay where you are, just take the arms overhead. I'll stay here a few breaths. I'll stay here 5 breaths actually. Feeling nice. Just allow your body to sink, to relax. Allow the spine to relax. And now let's hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And we'll rock forwards and backwards. So come to seated. Seated, cross-legged position. And again, seated on your block if you need to. Sitting nice and tall. Let's bring hands. In fact, let's come into Yoga Mudra. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands behind the back. You can be in half lotus, full lotus here if it's in your practice. Otherwise, a simple cross-legged position is fine. Inhale, find length. And exhale, fold forward. And we'll hold. I'm not going to count, I just want you to relax. And then on the next inhale, going all the way back up. And bringing hands into Chin Mudra. Inhale, find length through your spine. And exhale, drop chin to the chest. So we're finding length through the spine. Think of drawing the ribs away from the hips. And softening shoulders away from the ears. Focus on the Ujjayi breath. Focus on the bandhas. Focus on Uddiyana Bandha. Draw your attention to your navel, Nadi chakra, the center of your being. This is where all your power comes from. Let's bring our hands into Anjali Mudra at our heart center. We'll do our closing mantra here. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Swasti Prajabhyaha Paripalayantam Nyayena Magena Mahi Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyaha Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Save Jana Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Samangalani Santu Loksha Kalyana Samvredi Rastu Vishva Shanti Rastu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Om. And when you're ready, making your way to your final posture, your Shavasana, coming to lie down. And taking your heels as wide as your mat. If you have a blanket, take your blanket. You can cover yourself. Keep the energy from your practice trapped in your body. If you have a hoodie, you can put the hoodie on. If you have socksies, put the socksies on. And just get nice and comfortable in your Shavasana. Shoulder blades under the back, so the chest is open. If there's any pinching in the lower back, you can always bring the feet onto the mat and bring the knees together. Or try tucking your tailbone under a little bit more. And just closing the eyes. And just allowing yourself, when you're comfortable, to be still. And just appreciating that stillness after the movement. Just allowing yourself to be in the present moment with your breath. And can you find a focus? Maybe it's the breath. Maybe it's sounds that you're hearing. Maybe there's a part of your body that needs healing right now. Can you focus completely on that area? And send in love. Maybe just sending yourself love and compassion. There's always your option to stay in this stillness now for as long as you wish. We'll start to bring ourselves out of our yoga seat, Astamba. We'll take an inhale. Exhale the breath completely. Inhale breath into the heart space. Exhale breath into the fingertips, the toes. And start to bring some movement back to your body by wiggling those fingers and toes. Maybe taking a deep stretch, arms overhead. And maybe drawing yourself into a little ball, giving yourself a squeeze. Just showing gratitude. And rock into your right hand side when you're ready. And joining me in a comfortable seated cross-legged position. We'll bring our hands into Anjali Mudra at our heart center when we're there. Raising our hands to our heads for kindness in our thoughts, to ourselves, not to others. To our hearts for kindness in our actions, and to our lips for kindness in our words. From my heart to your heart, thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. I hope you all feel a little bit more open after that practice, a little bit calmer in the mind. And as always, just remember that the yoga practice is a journey, and it's one of discipline, it's one of patience. Rome wasn't built in a day. And some of us have come to yoga quite late in our lives, so we have a lot of tension that's built up over time. If you've come to it from an athletic background as well, you're going to have tension in the body that will need to be worked through with patience. And it's about keeping that ego in check and not allowing the ego to take over, especially if you've had a break from yoga as well and you come back to it. Sometimes it's the ego gets a little bit of a bashing when you remember how you were, and it certainly happened to me after my shoulder injury. I always say injuries teach us a lot, and anything in life is a lesson. And for me, it was that ego. Doing chaturanga on my knees again last year was just awful for me, and I realised how much my ego still needs to be taught a lesson sometimes. And so it's just about going through the process and just accepting where you are, and knowing that tomorrow something may happen and you might be back to square one as well. Oh, thank you, Sally. I hope you're feeling a little bit more wonderful. And like I said, this is yoga is just to deal with those stresses in life. And just because we're doing yoga as well doesn't mean that we don't get stressed, and that things don't come to challenge us. It's always there's always things to challenge us. It's just trying as best as we can to keep ourselves on that level, and knowing that things that happen outside of us we can't control, but we can control how we react to them. And so, if you're going through a challenging time right now, if you're going through a tough time, just allowing yourself to go through it, without attaching too much to it and thinking, oh, it's the end of the world or whatever, just allowing it to happen, and just working on breathing techniques to keep yourself calm during those challenges of life. And no expectations. That goes in the yoga practice and it goes into everyday life as well. Try not to have too many expectations. I like to say set goals, so that you've got something to aim for in life. You've got achievements to work for, and be happy when you achieve those goals. But if anything goes wrong on that journey, then don't worry. It's fine. Sometimes these things happen, and don't be too attached to the expectation. Don't have the expectations. Have the goal, and then work towards it, and just let life happen in between it. That's all you can do. Oh, shut up! I'm talking too much. I will leave you to go and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will be back tomorrow evening with that Yang Yin practice. So a little bit of warm up and then a nice yummy stretch to take us into the weekend. Maybe we should focus on the hips again tomorrow. So we'll do some nice hip work. As always, if you have questions about your practice, please ask. If you'd like a one-to-one with me and you're local to my area, then please get in touch. If you're into calisthenics, I'm now doing group calisthenics classes outdoor on a Saturday morning. So you're welcome to come along for that. Just drop me a message. Please like the video, please like the video, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please share. Please make a small donation if you are financially stable enough to do so. Otherwise, please enjoy for free and know that I will always be here to support you on your journey through yoga. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Love to you all.